name is Ronnie Wall, and I'm the head of school here at the Burlington School. I want to welcome you and thank you for coming out. I realize all of us are very busy, and we would like to keep this to an hour. I'd like to introduce to the board, if there are any board members here, Board of Trustee members, if you would stand so you can be recognized. They do a great job for us, and they are concerned about the school. They have great vision, and they have great remarks, and they're watching over us from, let's say, 36,000 feet. How about that? But they're watching, so we appreciate everything they do. Also, I'd like to introduce the faculty and the staff. If they would stand, please. Some of the best that just stood up in this facility. Absolutely wonderful. It's great to see so many smiling faces, and believe you me, they love your children. That's what's important. So thank you for being here tonight. Also tonight, you're going to hear about the Future Forward Capital campaign from Katie Boone. Can you raise your hand, please? The campaign director. Remember, for the ones that were here last year, we talked in depth about this new gym that we were all excited about when we walked out. And so we're still going to have that gym at some point in time, but we've made a little bit of a turn, and Katie's going to explain that to you tonight as well. So we look forward to hearing what Katie has to present tonight. I want to share some information with you that I've never done this before. Actually, Katie's the one that talked me into it, and we did it with staff, and we've done this with the students as well. It's called a word cloud, and we asked the students and staff to say, why TBS? And it was amazing to me, the wording that came back. You could only write one word three different times, 3 bullet points, 1 word, 2 words, 3 words. And it's amazing. I'm going to read them to you of what came out of the bunch. 1, size. 2, staff. 3, teachers. Athletics. Care. Diverse support. Small. Family. Art. Dress. Safe. I mean, for kids to say that, that's amazing to me. But I also think that's what we do, and we do it very well, knock on wood. Academics, community, trips, college acceptance. Now, I don't know which is which. I read through all of them, staff and students, but these are the words that surfaced. And I think that's amazing, and I think if I ask Killian, she's been here the longest, she would agree with every word here. You can't make it up. I mean, kids always will tell you the truth for the most part unless they're in trouble. Then they might have a tendency to stretch the truth. That's one. Number 2, and I think this is amazing, and this information comes from Sharman, but it's the hard work of all the upper school staff members, faculty members. Since 2013, we've had 237 seniors to graduate. In itself, that's great. But what's amazing is these kids have raised right at $26 million in scholarships, academic scholarships, athletic scholarships, not financial aid. That, to me, as I put that against anybody in Alamance County, that's incredible. Right at $26 million. Very proud of that and the job that these students and what they've accomplished over this several years, for sure. I'm sure that the parents that are in the building tonight, I know that the staff, that you've always heard about the 3 A's. The academics, the athletics, and the arts. Every time someone comes through the admissions office, JB's talking about the 3As. Well, tonight we have the 3As here in person. We have Bethany Baker, who represents drama and the fine arts, George Marshall, who is the athletics director, and Christy Tanner, who is the middle school academic dean. So we're very excited to hear how their plan would fit into what Katie's going to speak to you tonight. So, Bethany, you're up first. Then we'll go.
My name is Bethany Baker, and I'm here to represent the arts, drama, visual arts, music class, chorus, instrumental, rock ensemble, and dance. There's so many things I could talk to you about that would explain the importance of the arts and the impact the arts have on education. And so many times when I meet parents, they talk about how much they love having the arts at this school. I could also talk to you about the studies I did when I was in my master's program about the impact of the arts on education and what they showed. The arts impacted the most gifted students and those students who have needs, who have any kind of special need. But what I really want to talk to you about is what I have seen as, I think, the only teacher who is in all three divisions, goes across all three divisions of our school. I'm able to see an overall effect that limited space has had on all of our programming. The increase in enrollment has been an exciting time for us and for our school. And I have seen so many positive changes in the last couple years. With the increase of students, though, comes the need for more space. And we are making it work. Let me tell you, we have people on carts, we have administrators and teachers and our athletic director. We're juggling and figuring out who can go in what space. And we're happy to do that. That's a happy problem. But adding a new space will, in the phase one of the plans for the future, would greatly improve the school's ability to provide instruction and arts opportunities for our students. There's only so much you can do from a car, right, Tori?
Correct.
and a classroom gives you so much versatility. Providing these opportunities with new learning spaces is so important for the arts, and ensuring more spaces are available for arts electives and rehearsals, and for every subject, every class. There's limited spaces for visiting sports teams. Now, why am I bringing that up? I'm the arts teacher. Well, that affects all of us. Because the sports teams, we only have 2 small locker rooms designed for a very small school, and so they're juggling putting different visiting teams in classrooms. That's where they have to go. So while I'm sitting here telling you I'm excited for phase one and for all the amazing ways that we are making it work and will continue to make it work, I'm even more excited for phase 2 and a new gym. And because I'm excited for that new gym, because that will shift the spaces and that will allow for more academic spaces and more art spaces. So I just wanted to let you know that the arts at the school are still thriving at the school, and there's so many things we can do in a space because we have such a creative team, and that's all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Half my talk was about locker rooms. I'm just kidding. I just thought of that. I'm George Marshall. I'm the athletic director at the Burlington School. Really excited to talk to you guys this evening about the Future Forward plan and just everything that's gone into it. Now, obviously, I think that for me and for all of us here, it kind of can be a pretty obvious answer for why the athletic department would benefit from this. Additional space, specifically as it comes to a gym, would be really beneficial for both our middle school and upper school programs to coexist. Right now, there are a lot of challenges with that, which Bethany has already addressed. But I think that because this is the state of the school, I would be remiss to not mention that in my intro to parents during the fall sports meeting, there's something even bigger than the facility, which was important for us to acknowledge as an athletic department, and that was to set a clear vision and standard for what we wanted for our student athletes. And so in that meeting, we addressed the fact that we wanted to take a 3-2-1 approach. And there's a lot of success that's happened with that. The 3 being that we wanted all of our student athletes to have at least a 3.0 grade point average. And guys, if you're in this room, you know they're killing it right now. Student athletes are absolutely awesome in classes. And the growth in that really is impressive, and I think it's something that should be celebrated across the staff, by parents, and by the school community in general. Our kids are winning in the right way first, which is in the classroom, setting themselves up to be successful going into college. So that's been absolutely fantastic. I think that the volleyball team, for example, had 9 girls who are above a 90% overall class average. I mean, that's incredible for first trimester. So that was a really impressive example. The second thing, though, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I was hired as a competitor. And Mr. Wall knows this from my interview process. So the 2 relates to being top 2 in the conference or in the state of North Carolina. We are getting to that place again across the board for our sports. We're not there yet, and I think that it would be unrealistic for us to say that we are at that place. But when we start talking about a new facility, we want to be able to compete at the highest level in that facility. We want to be able to do justice to the hard work that goes into that, whether that be raising money or the people who are actually building the space. So for us, we've taken big steps towards competing at a high level. In one way, it's making sure that all of our programs are in a great place. This is the first year in quite a few, from my understanding, we have a middle school basketball girls program. That's a really big deal that we didn't have it, and now we have that level of interest. You can give it up for Miss Kirk, yes? That shows that we're trending in the right direction. We've got great coaches who are committed to kids growing in their respective sports, but most importantly, demonstrating character at a high level, and that's been great. But being the competitor that I am, I do want us to see that vision for our sports as well. There are other character traits tied into competition that will help our students when they go to college. Being able to put a product on the field, on the court, whatever the case may be, that is competing with the best teams in North Carolina is very, very important to me. And I think that right now we're some steps away from that. I think that adding a space like this could be transformative when you start thinking about that taking place, especially for our soccer programs, our volleyball programs, basketball, be very, very meaningful. And then the last thing, which was the 3-2 and then the 1, was being one TBS. And what I've been really impressed with so far is the way that our students have supported one another. One of my fondest memories was walking in here, and I think it was a volleyball game, and Miss Shu had her entire boys soccer team going crazy in the stands for this volleyball game. That probably wasn't as fun for her to monitor. That's okay. But those are the moments that are really important, because those are the moments that kids are going to remember. For the volleyball program, we had a near sellout for senior night. That's what it absolutely should be. And creating a new space just adds more opportunities to build community in the right way. I'm really excited for the direction that our program is going. I think that our teachers and our staff deserve more credit than they could ever be given because of the way that they're pushing our student athletes to be their best selves on a daily basis. And I think that the logical next step for us to have this great standard of athletics across the state of North Carolina is these phases. Having more kids come to our school and apply, be great members of our school community, but then also having something in place as a facility that meets that elite standard that you see from other schools in the area. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. I'm Christy Tanner. I'm the middle school academic dean, and I'm representing academics. If you are in this room, you are here because you know this place is special. And a couple of things that academically make us so special: class size, small class size, differentiation within those small classes, the ability to schedule kids in all different levels, the arts that we offer, the plethora of electives that we have in middle and upper school. And just like Bethany and George have both talked about, space has become an issue. And it's a great problem. I started working here 7 years ago, and we were single sectioned in lower school and in middle school. And our goal was to double section our whole lower school. And slowly we have done that. We've now achieved our goal, and we are up to 4th grade with 2 sections, which is a big deal. They're now headed to me, which is great. And I get really creative when it comes to scheduling and where our kids can go. My teachers in middle school and in upper school are so flexible and so incredible at sharing classrooms. So that's really wonderful, but we need more space. And those 4th graders that are double sectioned that are headed to me in middle school, while it's a great problem, we are busting at the seams. So what I'm asking for is for us to think about more space and how we do that. We currently share classrooms for almost all of our electives. So every core teacher right now has a classroom, but a lot of our electives share. We borrow space sometimes from both the upper or the lower school. We don't have enough space for all of our advisories as it is, so we're in the library. And like I said, we get really creative, but we need more space. It's complicated with scheduling, and in order to continue to offer what we offer, to continue to have the course selections that we do, we're in need of more classroom space. Every one of you knows how special our academics are. Our teachers and our staff are absolutely incredible, and it's really exciting. It's a special place to be. We want to keep it that way.
And I am the campaign director for the Future Forward. And that is a big task. And I'm very honored to have been asked to help the board and our leadership to raise funds for our Future Forward. So a lot of my notes have already been spoken from these 3 wonderful staff members about the situation the school is in. And my hat is off to all of you for all that you do for the students here, for their making way for all the things that you do. And I know it does take a lot of creativity. So let me begin with what is the Future Forward campaign? It is a campus expansion in 2 phases. And let's take a look at what the board of directors has been working on. So here in phase 1 of the Future Forward campaign, it will include 8 additional classrooms. 8 additional classrooms. Oh, you can't hear me?
Can y'all hear her? I'm not sure you can.
Nobody can hear me, y'all?
You just need to hold the microphone
Just pull the microphone down, please.
Okay, can everybody hear me now? Thank you. Okay, so do I need to go back?
No, you're good. You're good. Just stick with it.
Okay, so in this phase 1, it will include 8 additional classrooms. That's great, right? They've all said we need more space, so 8 additional classrooms. And that is why we move forward with phase 1 before the gym. We need to have room for the growth in enrollment. And that growth in enrollment is going to help us have the financials that we need to go into phase 2, which I'll tell you a little bit more about. But within this phase 1, you're going to have a dedicated lab, another gathering space, an outdoor terrace for students to gather and during seasonal weather. And so this view is from the top parking lot. And this phase will alleviate all that space pressure, which you heard about from Beth George and from Christy. It's just, we need more space. So here you have a look at another view from phase one. It's from the lower parking lot, and it gives you a little sneak peek of the gymnasium on the other side. Okay? And then the next slide will show you, you probably can't see this, but we do have these in a brochure if you'd like to look at them. But the gray area is the addition, and then the areas in color are things that will be renovated in the current upper school academic building. So this goes directly onto the current academic building, and it's connected by one long atrium. And so there you go, that's one floor, the ground floor, and the next slide is the second floor for phase one. And again, the gray is the new part, and the colored areas are going to be renovated space in the current area. Okay, next slide. So for phase two of the Future Forward campus expansion, you all heard about that last year. It's 33,236 square feet of a gymnasium with a large viewing balcony, more classrooms, a lobby, conference space, and a collegiate-sized soccer field and track with additional parking. And while we are moving forward with phase one, we will continue to refine the requirements and plans for phase two. So here the interior gym, a sneak peek at that, includes both home and visitor seating and the viewing balcony. Show the next slide. And here's just the schematic of that again. And I know you can't see it, but there will be a home and visitor locker room. I know we've heard a lot about that, the locker rooms. We'll also have a ticket booth, a concession stand, an office for the athletic director, and large reception area on the ground floor. And all of that's in the gym itself. And even includes a laundry facility. So we've heard about the laundry facility. The upper level of this will have a viewing balcony and dedicated music room. Additional classroom space here too, and a conference room. So the next slide, here is the footprint for the expansion. The black are the existing buildings on here, and the red will be the new phases, and also the additional, look how big the collegiate-sized soccer field and track are. It's going to be awesome. So here, the next slide is just a bird's eye view of the whole campus. And George said something a few minutes ago about community and how we need to continue to build community. And Mr. Wall showed us that word cloud that we looked at. That word cloud, the number one word in that word cloud was community. We already have the fantastic community, and we just need to continue to allow it to grow at the pace that it's demanding, that our community is demanding for the school. Okay, next slide. So here we go into the project costs. The original budget for phase one was about $3.7 million. And we've continued to refine that, and we think we can get the price to around $3 million with some donated materials. And I'm very pleased to announce that the board has accepted a preliminary financing proposal for this phase of the campaign, and will work to close that financing in the next 6 to 8 weeks. This will allow us to get started as soon as spring. So that's very exciting. More space. So once that is underway, we will turn our focus on to phase two, which currently has a very wide cost range from between $9,950,000 to $13,800,000. Where in the range the final cost lands will depend on more detailed scoping, how long it takes to prepare for it, and the cost of the materials at that point in time. So yeah, wow, a lot of money and a lot of great things. So it's huge. And at the Burlington School, we've never asked for this kind of support before. The campaign committee, along with the Board of Trustees, are seeking philanthropic funding at the highest level to secure the future forward of the Burlington School. And And we have confidence that with everyone's enthusiasm and support, we will deliver. The Burlington School students and staff deserve the very best. So why is it time to think big right now? Why are we in a position to do this, and why haven't we done it sooner, right? There's questions. Why now? And we have sustained enrollment and average tuition growth, demonstrating a belief in our mission and the demand for our product. And that is thanks to wonderful leadership and wonderful faculty and staff. So give yourselves a round of applause. The Burlington School has a predictable and reliable financial management performance, providing a net surplus from operations over the last 4 years. And 100% of expenses have been covered by tuition and fees over the last 3 years, allowing annual fundraising that they do all year round to go towards the growth needs and unrestricted net assets. A growing capital reserve, which ensures our ability to take care of our property and also can be used for paying debt in the future. So again, strong belief in our commitment to the Burlington School Strategic Plan, Spartans Advance. A significant component of that strategic plan is future sustainability, which absolutely depends on having a complete campus that truly supports our programs. And so thank you to the board for that strategic plan. And here I want to thank Elizabeth Hood for creating the next 2 graphs. She's very into the graphs. And these graphs demonstrate not only how far we've come in recent years, but why the board has the confidence to dream big right now and move forward. And here you see 10 years of sustained enrollment growth. We have added a second classroom for every elementary grade, we've heard, right? And those larger classes are just beginning to enter the middle school. Yep. So I know we've already talked about some of this, so I'm going to skip on. So the next graph, you see 10 years of sustained growth in operating revenue. And more importantly, what you see, that revenues have finally caught up and surpassed expenses, allowing us to operate sustainability. So aren't these great? They tell a great story of our growing and our financially stable school. But what you can't see from these graphs is that, like everybody has said, we are busting at the seams. So our staff, teachers, and coaches and parents have found a way to make it work. And now we have a choice to cap our enrollment and continue to do the best we can with what we've got, or to step forward and boldly offer our students, families, and staff everything they deserve. High quality spaces on their own campus to learn, to practice, and to perform. And we've decided to go bold. So I'd like to introduce you to the Future Forward Campaign Committee. This is a bold group of parents, current and past trustees that serve on our campaign committee. And if you are a member of the campaign committee, would you please stand? Thank you. So where are we now in this campaign that we've already started? We're very early in the campaign, and it's called the quiet phase. So we're not out shouting from the rooftops, we're in a campaign, because during the quiet phase, what you need to do is secure gifts from the Board of Trustees, and I'm excited to say that 100% of our Board of Trustees has indicated they will participate. And at this point, we have already made nearly $600,000 in gifts and pledges through the Board of Directors. This was extremely important to getting the bank financing. That 100% participation was very important. The next thing you do in a silent phase is you get the support from the school faculty and staff. And they have been asked, and we will continue to ask for their support as we move along in the process. And every dollar counts, so we're going to need everybody's support. And lastly, during this phase, the campaign committee will be soliciting major gifts and lead gifts for the campaign. And these are usually large six-figure gifts. And we've been out knocking on doors already and have some good prospects in the making. So once we have at least 60% of what we think we can raise, we will host a kickoff event. And at that event, a goal will be announced, a full goal, and we will enter the community phase. And the community phase will engage the entire student body, families of the school, as well as the greater community at large. And then we are going to really celebrate when we hit our goal right there at the end. So that's that. That's where we are, and I want you to take down my email address, and please share with me any ideas you have, any questions you have. If you know someone who would like to participate in the campaign, anybody that might want to participate with some money, or help us, connect us to somebody that you know that has a link or a connection to the school. Let us know, because you can help us call on those people and develop a relationship and make an ask that will make it a significant contribution to the school. We will leave no stone unturned. We're going to need everybody's support. So let's go bold and move into our future forward. Now I'd like to ask Doug Hargrove.
So good evening. When I was sitting up here earlier and looking at the audience in here, I want to start on a personal note. And the personal note is the 5 years that our family has been a part of the community. Just thank all of you. Thank you. Thank you what you've done, Mr. Wall. Thank you what you have done, Bethany. And I will say each one of your names. It's just you have changed our children's lives for the better, and you are heroes. So thank you for that. So I am Doug Hargrove. I am the current chairperson of the trustees for the Burlington School. It's certainly an exciting time to be part of the TBS community, isn't it? Last week, we held a trustee appreciation event, and we gave special honor to the trustees with 20 or more years of service. I wish all of you could have experienced the positive energy that was in that room. Thanks to the founders, the faculty, staff, and students who have been invested in our school community since 1954, we are now building for the future. So the Burlington School's focus on academics, arts, and athletics for a diverse student body in an independent setting is unique to our area. Our TBS community is special. Our family experienced how special it is this past summer when our son was in a car accident. Before we had left Duke Hospital, we had one TBS family that reached out to offer help, and another family who had been on the road for hours turned around and backtracked to the hospital for 30 minutes to give our daughter a ride home. So over the next couple of days, many more wonderful families checked in on us and our son's well-being. So thank all of you that's created that atmosphere. And thank everyone in the room for the role that you have in this TBS community. So every one of us has experienced tremendous change in the last few years. When there's change, there's also opportunity. Our opportunity right now is to plan, to invest, and to execute for the future of TBS. Together, we will continue to make the Burlington School even better. Expanding our campus will help us better serve this area by serving more families with even better resources. What I'd like to do now is introduce Logan Sharp, and he will be serving as the next chairperson of the trustees.
Good evening, everyone. As Doug mentioned, my name is Logan Sharp. I'm the current vice chair of the board and will be stepping into Doug's role when he retires here in a few short months from his long tenure as board chair. If you're in this room tonight, this school is special to you just as it is to me, and I will echo what Doug said. In the 5 years that my daughter has been attending here, I can truly say that this place has become like family to me. And I know everyone in here feels that same passion and that same community feeling that me and my wife do. So a special thank you goes out to each and every one of you in here that comes to work every day and make sure that the kids, your peers, and your coworkers are providing the best academic and education experience possible. Thank you to the staff, thank you to the faculty, thank you to Mr. Wall, thank you to all the current board members that are here, thank you to all the past board members that are here, and I am excited, I am honored, and I am very proud to be able to say that I am going to be leading this school into this next Future Forward phase beginning in July of this year. With that said, thank you everybody for coming tonight. Thank you for your time, and hope you all have a wonderful weekend.
To wrap it up here, I want to say thank you, Ronnie, Bethany, George, and Christy for updating us on the state of the school. Katie, thank you for providing a glimpse of our future. And lastly, thank all of you for supporting TBS with your time, your talents, and your financial resources. Together we will build on its solid foundation to grow better and stronger for the future. And it's my honor to be a small part in this chapter of the school story. So everyone enjoy the rest of your evening and be safe getting home.